So how do you feel when a candidate asks you if you have any hesitations about their candidacy?
That is one of my least favorite interview questions, and we tell our candidates not to ask it. I mean, in general, I think the problem with that question, a lot of the advice comes from this idea that like you're being a little bit brave, you get to hear the objection, so you get to handle it. But I think all of that misses the two major downsides of that question. The first is it's quite awkward for the interviewer to answer that. The second thing about that is it's actually also structurally not great for the interview because this is like a last question and you want to leave on a relatively positive note. And so if the last thing you're prompting my brain with is what is the problem with you, I'm going to leave having been asked and prompted in my brain to come up with what your flaws are.
I think that's good advice. What's the most awkward answer you've given to that question?
I'm definitely honest. That's the hard part, as I am honest about it.
I believe that.
Yeah, and so the most awkward thing that's happened, I remember one person I gave the feedback to around their experience, what they lacked. And they just tried to like shoehorn a bunch of other examples in. But when they're doing it so directly, this is why this question is so bad, it was just a lot for me to like sit there and go, oh man, like this just sounds awful.
I mean, personally, I prefer when candidates ask me for feedback via email after the interview rather than ask me, during the interview at the end, once again, kind of leaving a bad taste in your mouth.
More companies should give real feedback. I think a lot of them are scared for legal reasons that like, I've looked this up before. I don't think a lot of companies get smacked for giving feedback, but I think it's worth it because the people who we help and support, we turn them into real fans because they appreciate what we've been able to give them as far as value for their time.